Your body is not failing you. It's speaking to you in the only language it knows, through sensations, fatigue, discomfort, and signals that something inside needs your attention. Every time you feel drained or heavy, every time your energy dips halfway through the day or your joints ache a little more than they used to, that's not weakness. That's communication. It's your body whispering before it has to scream. But we live in a world that teaches us to silence those whispers, to drown them out with caffeine, pills, fast fixes, and false comfort. We've been taught to ignore the messages from the one thing that has kept us alive every second of our lives. The truth is, your body is always on your side. It fights for you every day. It filters toxins, heals wounds, renews cells, and beats more than 100,000 times a day without you having to ask. It is not broken. It is begging for alignment. Imagine if you treated your body like your closest friend. You listen when it spoke, you'd care when it hurt, and you'd show gratitude for all the silent work it does behind the scenes. But somewhere along the way, we stopped listening. We've mistaken survival for health. We wake up tired, we push through exhaustion, we numb the pain with distraction, and we call it normal. Yet deep down, you know normal doesn't mean healthy. Your body doesn't need you to be perfect. It needs you to be present. It needs you to notice when something feels off, to nourish it when it's craving real food, to rest it when it's begging for recovery. Ignoring these signals doesn't make you stronger, it just delays the inevitable call for change. The body's language is subtle at first. A little stiffness in the morning, a headache that lingers, digestion that feels heavy. But the longer we pretend not to hear, the louder it has to shout. And when it shouts, through chronic fatigue, inflammation, or disease, it's not punishment, it's protection. It's your system trying to save itself. Healing begins the moment you stop blaming your body and start understanding it. When you look in the mirror, instead of focusing on what you wish was different, thank your body for carrying you through every challenge. For standing tall even when life tried to break you. Every scar, every line, every sign of age is proof that you've lived, fought, and survived. The body doesn't need criticism. It needs care. It's easy to forget that your body reflects how you treat it. Feed it with processed food and negativity, and it will respond with fatigue and imbalance. Feed it with nutrients, movement, sunlight, and peace, and it will reward you with clarity, strength, and resilience. The transformation you seek doesn't begin with supplements or surgeries, it begins with awareness. When you eat, move, breathe, and rest with intention, your body follows your lead. It wants to heal, it just needs the chance. Health isn't about perfection, it's about connection. It is about realizing that your body is not a machine to be fixed, but a garden to be nurtured. You can't rush growth, but you can create the right environment for it to flourish. When you start listening instead of resisting, you unlock the power to not only heal but thrive. Because your body has never given up on you, even when you've given up on it. It waits patiently every day for you to return to it, to care for it, to finally hear what it's been trying to say all along. Discipline is the highest form of self-respect. It's not about punishment, restriction, or control. It's about love, consistency, and honor for the body and mind you've been given. Motivation can light the fire, but discipline keeps it burning when the excitement fades. Anyone can start something when it's easy, when the mood is right, when inspiration is high. But the true test comes when no one's watching, when you're tired, when the world is quiet, and the only voice left to guide you is your own. In those moments, discipline whispers louder than excuses. It reminds you that you have a choice, to stay where you are or to grow beyond your limits. Every decision you make, from the food you eat to the way you move, is a reflection of how much you value yourself. You don't stay disciplined because you have to. You stay disciplined because you've realized you deserve better. Each time you choose the hard thing, the right thing, over the easy one, you're building a foundation of strength that no one can take away. You start to see that every small act of discipline is a declaration of self-worth. It's waking up early to move your body even when the bed feels warm. It's choosing to hydrate instead of reaching for another cup of caffeine. It's stepping away from what drains you and investing in what fuels you. Discipline is not about being perfect every day. It's about showing up for yourself, again and again, especially on the days you don't feel like it. The difference between success and regret often lies in that single decision to show up anyway. You see, discipline transforms you in ways motivation never could. It rewires your habits, reshapes your mindset, and redefines what you believe is possible. When you start honoring your commitments, not because someone's watching but because you said you would, your confidence grows. You stop waiting for the perfect moment, because you understand there is no perfect moment, only the present one. You stop relying on temporary bursts of inspiration and start relying on your own integrity. That's when real progress begins, slow and steady, brick by brick. You realize that the results you're after, the energy, the health, the strength, are not rewards. They're reflections of the choices you make daily. Every time you choose discipline, you're telling your future self, I care about you. You're building trust with yourself, and that trust becomes your greatest weapon. It's what keeps you going when challenges rise, when temptations call, when doubt creeps in. The world glorifies quick fixes and instant results, but discipline teaches patience, and patience builds power. The person who learns to master consistency, who chooses the long game over temporary comfort, becomes unstoppable. You stop comparing yourself to others because your only competition is who you were yesterday. Discipline gives you control, not over everything, but over yourself, and that's where real freedom begins. Your body starts to respond differently when you act out of respect instead of punishment. You move because you love your body, not because you hate it. You eat to nourish, not to numb. You rest because you value recovery, not because you're lazy. Discipline changes the narrative. It transforms every small routine into a ritual of care. You realize that every healthy choice is not a restriction but an investment in your future strength. It is not about forcing yourself to live perfectly. It is about choosing to live intentionally. When you wake up each morning and decide to stay true to your path, even when it's inconvenient, you are proving that your goals are more powerful than your excuses. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you're meant to become. And every time you cross it, you step closer to the life your potential has been waiting for.